First, thank you for coming. What a great crowd. Holiday weekend too. Happy New Year to everybody. Columbia's, I've known Jim for a long time. He's an awesome guy. He's a terrific coach. They're 11-1 coming in here, scoring a zillion points. It was one of those games. Obviously, was nervous about, but he does a fantastic job. A tip of the hat. The job he's done. I mean, that team's going to be as good as any in the Ivy League. So I thought we did a really good job. We had a good week of practice. Guys really defended, and we rebounded the ball. And obviously, these guys played great. But our prep was really good, and we're close, but still got to just get better. This was a big step for us today defensively. We did a good job and on the backboards. So it's what we got to continue to do.
Steve, you know Roy Hinson, what he meant to this program. What's it like to see the program's first triple-double since Roy Hinson 41-plus years ago?
And Roy Hinson, one of the great guys, too. Not only a great player here and, in the NBA, just a great guy. So to be mentioned with him, Dylan, this is a pretty special thing. I love the fact he had 7 rebounds in the first half, We need him to do those things when he's rebounded like that. It's helped us a ton. But he passed the heck out of the ball. He scored, and I always say this about these guys. They're better days ahead of them too. So that's the exciting part. But heck of an accomplishment.
Steve, this is the 6th time this season you scored 80 points. Your teams have always leaned on defense here, but is this a season where you're going to have to lean on your offense and the defense comes along?
I thought we did. We got 91 tonight. That's just. When we shared the ball, 26 assists. And no turnovers, really. J. Mike had 7 assists, 0 turnovers. But I was most proud of, our defense today. That's a really good team. I think they're averaging 83 points a game and been very efficient. Scoring the ball, they got veteran guards that have been around. Our defense took a big step for us tonight, and we need to can that. And for the rest of the year, we need to play defense. We were connected, and it's very important for us and our development.
Coach, obviously you mentioned the turnovers, only 4 total for your team today. Talk about how that was a big impact in your guys' win.
Yeah, again, that helps your defense a ton too. Taking care of the ball, getting shots up. I thought offensive rebounding wise too, it helps you a lot when you don't turn it over. You get a shot at the rim, you got a chance to get another one. So 26-4, as good as we've had. I don't know what the ratio has been better since I've been here. That's a pretty, darn good ratio.
Coach, 91 points, 27-point differential. How big is it? How big is it like to win like this before a Big Ten schedule?
Yeah, every win, just win. I don't worry about the rest of that stuff. I want to play well and win going into any game. Never mind going on the road in our league. So. Just to win, very important, and to play well too. And our home crowd was awesome too. During this time of the year, our student section was packed. It was great. It says a lot about Rutgers Nation.
Dylan, Roy Hinson also is from New Jersey. He's from Franklin. You're from Franklin Lakes. What does it mean to you to add to his name in the Rutgers historic pantheon?
Obviously it's a great accomplishment, but I couldn't have done any of that without my teammates. Guys like Jermichael Davis, Ace Bailey, the rest of the team just really put me in great positions. They got open for me to find them and for them to score. But the most important thing is that we won today, and that's what we did. We prepared great. We just did all the right things, and that's what happened today.
Coach, you mentioned how well you guys prepped for this game. What does it say about this team that they're able to come back from Christmas break and have a couple really good days of practice before the last bye game going into conference play?
Yeah, you're always worried, coming back from break. But they were focused and a good week. And we got to continue to do that. Like, you play how you practice, and, we've been inconsistent with that, and we need to be good, and we were good this week, but we got to be great moving forward here.
Steve, you now have a pretty good sample size of what you've seen from this team over 13 games. What gives you confidence now heading into the meat grinder of the Big Ten?
Yeah, we've been in the meat grinder, so I feel pretty confident that way. I think we've played the best schedule, certainly since I've been here. We've been on the road. We've challenged ourselves. I think, Columbia is going to win 20 games. Princeton's going to win 20 games. I think all the teams, obviously, Texas A&M and those teams probably already have 20 wins. So we challenged ourselves, and I think we learned a lot. But we got to continue to, be consistent. We got to be consistent. We've shown some signs in games, and, today we took a giant step in being consistent. I thought the entire game, we let them, they scored 29 points in the second half, so we were consistent with our defensive effort in the first half and second half. I thought our communication, was really good, and rebounding wise, we have been very inconsistent, and today was a big step for us, making sure we rebound. It's an important part of what we have to do.
Ace, you were locked in right away. You had 17 points in the first half. Everything was falling, basically. So, what is it like when the ball's falling like that? And how cool is it to play with a guy of the caliber of Dylan Harper?
I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, not everybody get to play with a person like D. Hart. Playing with him, just being in that position, him doing whatever we need. I mean, from rebounding, from passing, from scoring, and just knowing, putting teammates in position for them to be successful. I mean, it's a blessing to play with a teammate like that.
Ace, did you know Dylan had that triple-double after you made that basket?
He told me after, he was like, thank you. So I was like, yeah, good finish. But other than that, no, it was good. It was good.
And then Coach only gave up 3 offensive rebounds the whole day. How do you carry that into Big Ten play when the guys are going to be bigger and,
I mean, you have to. I mean, we out-rebounded Texas A&M, and they're really big. So we have to, continue to stress that. I think J. Mike has given our team some good energy. He's done a really good job of guarding people, and he's helped our toughness a great deal, too. And Jeremiah, who's not up here, took on the task of guarding De La Rosa, who's been lighting teams up at 27 points and a half. So when those guys give us that energy, and good things happen for us.
Last two, Alec, and then finish with Jerry.
Columbia went to a zone early on. Obviously, got a lot of three-pointers. Found Ace a bunch in the mid-range. How did you feel like your team navigated that, and what kind of how can you take that offense into the future in the season?
Yeah, they don't play a lot of zone either. They played in the second half of Fairfield game, but really they didn't play a lot of zone. So you always have to be prepared for it. The way we passed the ball today, man zone, we were very efficient, and we didn't turn the basketball over. I think we're really good against zones too. So, even though we didn't think they would play a ton of it, but you got to be prepared now. It's that time of the year. We put in some new stuff that I didn't use. So, you got to prepare, and and we've seen just about everything this year. So these guys have seen it, and they've watched film about it, and they know how to attack them.
Last one. Steve, what did you like most about the second half defense? It seemed like you were disruptive of their cutters.
Yeah, they're the best back cut team, and they've scored, so many points on back cut layups. We wanted to do a great job. I thought we were, well prepared. My staff does an awesome job. B. Knight and Coach Hain and Jay Young, preparing, for games like this. But they have been an elite back cut team, and I don't know if they got one today. So that was something that we stressed and, had time to but our guys were locked in. Their voices were locked in. In the huddles, they were locked in. They were talking about stops. So, it was a good energy about it, and we had to do a good job against a team that hadn't lost much this year at all. So, dangerous game.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much for coming.